It's your boy AJ back with another freaking video, and today I'm here with another story time. And once again, this is why I'm an entrepreneur. Why I'm an entrepreneur. Why I'm an entrepreneur. New. Jazz hands, everybody. Come on, jazz hands. Yes, girl. Today we're here with another story time on the Storytime week, and today we're talking about Pyro'S Pizza. Shout out the shirt. Can I show? The shirt, girl. The shirt. So, we're here to talk about my experience, you guys. Y'all read the title right. So, without further ado, let's run that intro and get directly into this story time. So before we actually do jump into the story, I do want to let y'all know, if y'all haven't seen my other story time, I did announce that I have an advice segment coming up very soon. I don't want to give y'all the title of the advice segment just yet. I want to wait until I got some emails coming through first, and then we're going to announce it in the first video. So if you have any story that you want to tell me or anything you need advice with, please contact me via the email. You see the email on screen. It says contactjalenporter@gmail.com. Once again, it's contactjalenporter@gmail.com. But now let's get directly into the story time. Now, baby, let's talk about Pyro'S Pizza. Where do I start? I used to eat this pizza place all the time because, baby, I used to stay out in Cordova, so it was on Germantown Parkway, and I loved a good Pyro'S Pizza. So when I moved over to my grandmama's house and I was looking for a job or whatever, I was like, Pyro'S Pizza's out here. So one out here, I ain't never really ate this one out here, but let me apply. So I applied, and of course, you see the personality, baby. I won that job right then and there at the interview. I got the job on site, girl, but the orientation and a couple other things that she needed to do with me, we couldn't do it until like Saturday. So she was like, can you come back Saturday for orientation? I have one other employee. I want to just kind of semi-train both of you guys at the same time. Come in Saturday. Now, I had a party to be at Saturday, and it's always my schedule getting interrupted. Why couldn't it have been Sunday, Friday, Thursday? Why couldn't it have been today? But she said Saturday. But let me tell you something. I'm about to bag. I'm about to bag. B-A-G. I'm about to bag. Oh, I'm about to bag. So what I did, girl, I canceled all the stuff I had to do Saturday, and I went over and got that orientation on. So Saturday, I went on to my orientation. So I went through the orientation, you guys. She talked me a little bit through the job. I didn't go behind and actually see, the dough and everything, honey. I didn't get to do all that day. But let's talk about the first day of work. So the first day of work, baby, I come in, it's like 3 people on the line. Now, I'm going to try to put in some images so y'all can see, because like I said, girl, if I'm going to call the company name out, I might as well just go ahead and put the images in. So, honey, it's a line. It's a line. So it's somebody that does the dough. It's somebody that's over there at the oven. It's somebody that's putting sauce on the pizza. Then we got another person with the cheese. Then another person with the meat. Now, it's supposed to be 3 people on the line, 1 person on the oven, and the person on a register. You see how many people is there? Can y'all count? It's supposed to be 5 people. Now, baby, when I got to the line on my first day, it was only 2 people. 4 and the man that's, at the oven, and also the cash register. Now, the line is where I was working. So they had me, girl, first day. Let's talk about this. First day. They had me getting the dough ready and also putting sauce on the dough and cheese in it. Now, that might not sound like a lot to you, baby, but it's a lot to me. You want to know why? Because I never been in the kitchen, nowhere. Every time I had a job, I always tell y'all what I had, a mic in my hand. Amen to it. So this was a lot for me. And then for me to be doing the first 2.5 steps, no. And then the rush, I don't even really think it'd be no rush. It's not really a rush. It's probably like 10, 12 white people, but they just so demanding, it feels like a rush all the time when it's multiple white people in an establishment. So it was a lot for me. That first day was a lot for me. Of course, it's making pizza. It's not too hard. It's dough. It's cheese. That's natural. So I didn't need like a step-by-step, but doing so many, girl, I was wore out come the end of that first day. Anyways, I learned a job. I get it down packed, and I realized nobody is, coming to save me. These are the people that work here. The boy that was in orientation with me that same Saturday, he didn't even show up to start work that Monday, honey. So that's why it was just me on the line with this other woman that had been there for a while. She needs no name because she ain't really deep in the story like this. Now let's move past. Let's say I'm working in there about like a month and a half. A month and a half goes past, and business is getting slow. The weather is getting horrible, y'all. It's snowing a lot, and then it's just the height of COVID. I think, yeah, this is the height of COVID. So we pay early people in there. Yeah, girl, this was the height of COVID because I remember sweating in that mask. Yes, I said, Lord, I hope none of this sweat hit on these people's crust. because it might be over. But I remember sweating in that mask, and it was just COVID. It was COVID going on. Wasn't nobody really working. So business started to die down, girl. Business started to die down. And so did my checks begin to die down, because she would always ask people to clock out. And I was part of the group, girl. It was like 2 or 3 of us. And she said that she had it, and all she needed was the cooker and the shelf. And I was like, girl, just you on the line? Mind you, let me explain how the manager looked. She's an older white lady, and I'm just gonna put a picture in of an older white lady. She's an older white lady, so I don't know how she was handling that line by herself, because I was huffing and puffing, sweating like SpongeBob when I had to do the first 2 stops. You know, just the dough and the cheese and the sauce, girl. I was huffing and puffing and sweating. So I don't know how she putting all that, you know, doing the salad bar, then also meeting the pizza. I don't know how she was doing that. But like I said, your business was dying down, so it was only like 4 people an hour. So I don't know. So basically, girl, she started sending me home. She started sending a couple other workers home, and she started like decreasing our checks. Like, girl, this is cutting into our money. I get labor high, but y'all ain't making no money in X, Y, Z. Yeah. Take it up with corporate, but I still need mine. I'm sorry. Especially because this is just after I got fired from Taco Bell. If you did not see the fire from Taco Bell story time, go watch it, honey. So I needed my money. So y'all know I used to stay with 2 jobs. I always stayed working with 2 jobs. But I had just, you know, got fired from Taco Bell for whatever I got fired from Taco Bell doing. If you missed the story, you missed the story. Go watch it. Now with Pyro'S Pizza, girl, cutting into my money too, and I already just lost a job. It was a no-go. It was a no-go because she was literally sending us home probably 2 or 3 times out of the week, and it was not giving that. Unacceptable! So this one day in particular, she tried to send me home, but girl, I had a gag for her. She was like, hey, you know, can you go home? I need you and I think that was, well, it don't even matter what her name was. She was just telling me that me and this other girl, I didn't call the girl name out, too deep in the story. You and this other girl, I need both of y'all to go home. And I was like, well, you know, my ride is X, Y, and Z. My ride was the boy that cooked it, that was on the oven, because it was snowing, it was a mess, and I didn't really want to be walking home in that weather, and he didn't really want me walking home in that weather, because either I would have to walk home in that weather or catch an Uber. And like I said, it's hard to find Ubers in Memphis, and definitely when it's late at night and weather like it is outside. It's snowing, it's a mess, it's horrible. So of course, with this snowy mess outside, we ain't got no business inside. So she tried to come and send me and my homegirl home because she ain't got no business in labor high. But I tell her I can't go home today because my ride is to cook. So when she realizes that, she says, okay, you know, I'll keep you on. And she sends the other girl on by her way. So I'm working, girl, I'm working. I probably make 3 pieces in about an hour and a half. Yeah, it's real slow. Business is horrible. Business is real slow, okay, baby? So all of a sudden she walks back around and she was like, you know, I'll just Uber you home. Well, damn, you want me gone that bad? All right, girl, fine, be it, Uber me home. All right, girl, ended up cash apping me the money to Uber myself home because I thought she was gonna do it off phone, but girl, she just sent me the money to do it. So I went on home that day. Now, usually who would drive me to work was my grandmama, because it was like in the morning time, like I told y'all, it wouldn't be like too early. It'd be right there at 10, 11 o'clock. So my grandmama would usually drive me to work. Now, this day in particular, I did not want her to drive me to work because, like I said, it's snowing, it's a mess outside, it's just ignorant outside. So the same man that, you know, was supposed to drive me home last night, I had already talked to him the night before. Once I went back home, text him, was like, hey, could you pick me up for work in the morning? I know you weren't able to drive me today. It's cool, X, Y, Z. She be tripping. She just want to send everybody home. So he was like, yeah, of course, I'll come pick you up in the morning. I'll come pick you up, I'll be ready for work, because we usually come in at the same time. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna be ready. Like, I'm gonna be ready. So I have my alarm set. I wake up, I get ready, I'm dressed, I'm doing everything. I'm trying to be ready for the time that he told me to be ready for. So I get all dressed, I'm literally standing outside, girl, with my little coat on, girl. Got my coat on. I'm literally outside. I haven't heard from him, but I'm like, okay, maybe he's one of them people that just come on, pull on up. Maybe he's not one of the people that be like on the way, on the expressway, 5 minutes at the stop sign. Maybe he's not one of the folks. So I'm sitting around, you know, waiting outside. Shiver me tender, waiting outside on him. At this point, my grandmama know I'm not gone. She still sees me, you know, kind of outside. And she asks me, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, where you're at? And I was like, he's supposed to be on the way. So at this point, I come back in the house and I'm sitting down and I go and text him. I'm like, hello, where are you? I'm waiting. Are you okay? Because at this point, I'm like, let me not go off on him. Let me ask, are you okay? Let me make sure he ain't in nobody's ditch, girl. Let me ask, are you okay? What's going on? So my grandmama sees me uneasy and she sees me texting. Evidently, she putting the clues together that, baby, I'm trying to find my ride and don't know where my ride is. So she's like, oh, I'll go scrub the ice off the car. I'm like, girl, please, girl, no. My ride is on the way. They're coming. So I'm still texting him. Like, at this point, I'm trying to, like, calm myself down, but I'm getting frustrated because what's going on? At least tell me if you had a car accident. Hey, I had a car accident. Like, if something happened, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. So all of a sudden, I get a ding, and girl, the message says, I'm at work already. You at who? You got to be at your second job because you can't be at the job we share together. You can't be at the job we share together because you said you was coming to pick me up. So after he says that, I can't remember what I said. I'm going to insert the text messages. I still have the text messages. But then I remember he came back and asked me like, do you want to stay home? And I was like, no. What are you talking about, baby? You at work when you supposed to been picking me up. Like we agreed on, we talked about it last night. Then you talking about some, do I want to stay home? You think I would have asked you last night to come pick me up if I want to stay home? Answer that. Think about it. Sit on it. Let it simmer in. Because you're dumb. So then he goes and tells me that the manager tells him that I don't have to come in anymore and X, Y, and Z. And I'm telling him like that's not an option. That's not what we're talking about today. That's not what. Then I think this was my last day working that week before, you know, the payday closed out. I think I was barely scratching. I don't know how many hours, girl, but it was pitiful. So I'm like, no, that's not an option. Today, not coming in, not an option. Get it out of your head. I don't know why you drove to work first. Get back in it. Beep, beep. Back it on up, come back in the snow, put your coat back on, because you gotta come and get me. I'm not playing these games. So he's literally blinking with his bang virtually. Like I don't know what he asked. Like he's so awkward. Literally, I lived for him, but he's so awkward where he kind of like switches the subject, and I literally switch it back on him. Like I change it back to what the hell I was talking about, because I know you didn't just deficiate. Like he literally switched the subject as if I just got hit by a bus and I wouldn't remember what we was talking about 3 seconds ago. Like he switches the subject. So I flip it back on him. I was like, so where are you? Why did you even go to work? And he ends up telling me like, oh, the manager isn't allowing me to leave the work anymore. Like she's not allowing me to leave work to come pick you up. Why did you go to work? Baby, we talked about this last night. Why did you get in your car, go to work this morning and not come and pick me up? Why was that done? Why was that done? You coming to this job, clocking in, coming in, now you stuck because she don't want you to leave. That's a whole nother playground. That's a whole nother offense. That's a whole nother war. Let's get to the first one. Why did you leave your house and go to your job this morning, not my house? Can you answer that? That's what I want to know. So I'm going off on him because at this point I became so frustrated with him, because sometimes when the manager knew that people was frustrated with her constantly sending people home, she would get him to go tell people like, hey, you know, Miss D needs you to clock out. Could you go home? Da, da, da. So I was getting frustrated with him because I feel like she was always able to manipulate his grown big ass and he wouldn't be able to stand up for himself. So I kept on, I texted him, I said, they keep sending you to be the messenger. He was like, no, I asked this time. What does that mean? I don't even know. I paid that dust. I kept going. So then I tell him, I said, I'm gonna start snapping on your dumb for being what they want you to be. Plus, stop being so dumb. Stop being so dumb. Like, why was he always doing so dumb? Like, I just feel like I never got that answer to the question. Like, I feel like she had to call him, tell him, oh, you know, if Jalen tries to come, you know, ask you to pick him up, don't pick him up. Like, something had to happen. Like, why did you go directly to work and not come and pick me up when that's not what was arranged? So I read that man down, I cuss his behind out, girl, and I call on up to the job because I know who gonna answer the phone. Girl, I know that my manager gonna answer the phone, so I'm ringing. I'm ringing, girl. She answered. I said, this is for Rachel.
This is for Rachel, you big, fat, white, nasty, smelling fat. Why you took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling, dirty white...
No, I'm joking. I didn't say that. I ended up telling her like, hey, ma'am, you know, you have the way that she had my schedule, and I can't remember what the hours were, but it was awkwardly placed in the day. So I was like, hey, you have me working every single day. You have these hours awkwardly placed in the day, so I can't even try to slide in a second job since I lost my other job. I can't even try to slide in a second job, and you know, you randomly send me home whatever time of day you want to, and I'm trying to get more structure. So can you like reduce some of the days? Because I wasn't even gonna argue about coming into work today. I was like, I just called her. Let me try to get this on track so I can find another job. So I'm like, can you kind of reduce the days? You know, don't really put me, if you don't really need me Monday through Friday, just put me on there Monday through Wednesday or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Whatever you need to do, girl, just do it. So I can kind of figure out a better structured schedule and try to look for another second job, because she knew I had a second job. She knew about me working at Taco Bell at first, because she shifted my schedule. She put me in a funny type of schedule time, and after I told her I no longer worked at Taco Bell, but that kind of messed up all of my opportunity of being able to schedule in another job, because I can't remember what the hours were, but it was like weirdly placed throughout the day. So I'm on this phone, I'm explaining to her, you know, because she kind of fixed my schedule a little bit bored, because I'm not even gonna argue with you to try to come in today. Of course, she has an attitude. She's an old white lady girl, old hag. She has an attitude. She's mad. Like, she's the one getting the 25-hour checks, the 30-hour checks. She act like she get the checks that I'm getting, girl. Like, please, girl, you can come on that down. So she has an attitude, but I end the conversation, I hang on up, and that is what it is. The next day I get a doop I get an email, honey. This is my off day. This is my off day. I wasn't supposed to get an email from nobody, okay? Other than probably somebody saying they subscribe to my channel. Baby, I was supposed to not get an email from nobody, but I get an email the next day from Pyro'S Pizza. Now, I go read the email, and girl, you know I got it. So, you know what's about to be in this video. Y'all know I got the receipt. Y'all know I got the receipt.
Do I need to bring the receipt, baby girl? Because I got receipt.
I got it. So anyways, I read the email. I can't remember what the email says verbatim right now, but the email was, girl, telling me that I was fired. It was telling me that I got 2 different complaints in 1 week and I was getting let go. They were saying that I was going to be let go, and also a separation letter with email later on that day, and I was goofed.
Oh no.
I was gagged.
Oh no.
Mouth to the floor.
Oh no.
I was speechless. Cause why didn't you fire me on the phone yesterday, girl, when we talked? So, girl, I didn't come into work this morning, so evidently this had to happen a day that I worked, and we talked just yesterday. So why didn't you fire me on the phone, man? Why didn't you fire me on the phone? You did not have to send a little funky ass email the next day and try to spook and nervous my Saturday. First of all, I was gonna have a good Saturday regardless.
Period.
But there's no reason for you to send that email when we were just on the phone the previous damn day. Of course, you know I had to text her, girl. I got my phone and I texted her. I said, why didn't you inform me that I was no longer working for y'all on the phone today? Oh, today? Oh my God, that is gag worthy. I'm sitting there thinking it was the next day. I'm sitting here thinking it was the next day. The bitch sent the email later on in the day. Gag order. Baby, I'm gagging. I text her and I said, why didn't you inform me that I was no longer working for y'all today? She said, I just got the message from Brad. Oh, we keeping names in and everything. I don't care about no Brad, okay? You think I care about Brad, okay? It was Brad. No, but girl, I said, okay, damn, thank you. It was fun while it lasted, girl, because I was like, okay. But then when I kind of simmered on it, I kind of said, oh, I'm like, a customer complaint, like what? Like, cause I remember something happened with a customer, but he was this one customer earlier the week. Let me explain what happened with this one customer, because it said in the email it said I got 2 customer complaints, so I knew about one. But when I sat and thought about it, I was like, I didn't know about the second one. But before we get into the second one, y'all, let's talk about the first customer complaint. So this one man, girl, he was being rude to us. These old white people in Pyro'S Pizza, they always be rude. They always tired. They just, I don't know, girl. I'm over it. So he was rude to me and my coworker that was making his pizza. He was rude. Later on, I guess he called up and flipped the story on me and my coworker and said how we was being rude to him. He just really switched. All the stuff that he did to us, he switched to say we did it to him. And it was nothing, girl. A manager ended up pulling us to the side and said, you know, we got a customer complaint with the whoop. It's nothing. She really didn't even care. She didn't even care. So that was the first customer complaint. I felt like if it was just a complaint against me on the phone, she would have went in. But since it was against me and also one of the best workers, one of her favorite workers, she was like, oh, I know this man on the phone lying. But that was the first customer complaint, okay? So after I thought about her saying it was 2 customer complaints, and I read the email again, like, oh, she said it's 2 customer complaints. I texted her, I said, hey, do y'all know when y'all be sending over that email? Then I also asked her, I said, I would like some more details about that second negative review from the customer, because I wasn't informed about that second issue. Most customers enjoy my presence, like literally. Like, I say this about everywhere I work. It's always some crazy management, but I'm always nice to customers and stuff like that, other than the other story. But girl, I'm always nice to customers, and customers enjoy my presence. So when she was like a review, I really want to see what was stated to me. Like, I want to see what was said about me. And like, I didn't even want to argue about it. I don't want to go back and forth about it. I just want to see what was said about me, because I genuinely didn't remember anything going on. Because the customers live for me. Customers be tipping me everywhere I go. Customers is tipping me. I was getting tipped at McDonald's, like, girl, please. So she texts me back and says she's waiting on corporate and you can see the review on Yelp. Then she also tells me she emailed me the review. So let's read this review, you guys. So this customer by the name of Charles H. Since it's public, I'm going to give his first name. I wish I had his last full name. Charles H makes a review and he says, 1 star. I hated to give that. The much older manager was treated awful by all the other employees. She was working the hardest. The one large black gay guy made sure to be rude with everyone and to let them know he was gay and black and a proud member of Black Lives Matter.
Like the Taylor Swift.
And constantly corrected everybody by saying, I can hear you, very rudely. Let me explain before we go forward, you guys. Now, at this pizza place, baby, this little bar, then we had like these bars like literally up. They could barely hear me, but I could hear them. I want pepperoni, I want mozzarella. They're doing all that, but I'm talking calm, you know, all right, da-da-da. So when they would be screaming like that, I'm like, I can hear you, you know, just because we have these bars up, it don't mean I'm deaf. It's like, this is just COVID restriction, baby. I can hear you. I would always say this to all the customers because all of them would be over. So they would, girl, be too excited over this damn pizza. So I would say it so regularly that I could never even point out like, oh, I know Charles because I told him I can hear you. Girl, everybody got a good I can hear you out of me. Anyways, he goes to say, I used to eat here twice a week and now I will never, ever, no, he didn't say ever, but he said I will never go back to that one. It used to be very good. One you would think with restaurants shut down, that one would get top service whenever they want. I'm sorry that Pyro'S has allowed this location to go downhill. I saw 5 workers I would fire right off the bat. Way too much attitude. Pains me to complain like this. I do love a big old salad. Girl, please, please, girl, fat. Anyways, he said, I do love a big old salad from Pyro'S. Please do something about this union location. Get that poor older lady manager some real help. She was busting her behind. None of the other workers were working with a sense of urgency, and there were 23 people in the line. Because he talked about, you know, customers. I guess it was a busy day that day. 3 of the people on the line were rude, not paying attention, and we had one talking about his gayness and blackness. Oh, there go me again. Oh, busting shots at a river. Boom, boom, boom. What was I talking about, girl? I must have been talking about Beyonce Formation, girl. Got hot sauce in my bag. Swag, no. But girl, he's mad about me. Okay, I'm there to eat and not have a damn politician discussion. Someone let me know when this one is straightened out because I do like eating here. So girl, he was really busting shots at me again, and I totally don't remember what he was talking about. Like, I don't remember, because what the hell was we talking? We ain't no way. Girl, we was really talking about no politicians. Don't even know nothing about no politicians. I barely remember who in office today. He seemed heated. He seemed heated about my gayness, but tried to kind of alternate a little bit. Girl, but he was angry. So after I read that email, girl, I go off. I text her and I say, so I got fired for being black and gay? Oh, y'all asking for a lawsuit. So she texts me back and she says, no, you got fired for your poor job performance, your inhospitality to guests. This is not your first guest complaint. So I text her and I said, I've been getting great reviews from customers, and out of nowhere, this pops up, and I've been working here since October. Mind you, it's February at this point. This last comment, the whole review was based off me being 100% myself and being gay. I was gay when you hired me, and I was gay when you fired me. He had an issue with me being myself and also discussing with my coworkers something about being black. Like literally, I don't remember what the black conversation was, but I was just throwing it in. Even if I was talking about me being black, what does that have to do with him getting his big old salad that he likes to get? I don't think, what do people think? People, are we robots behind this glass? Like, do we supposed to just make pizza, drop the dough, do this, skit? Like, do we supposed to do that? So then I text her and also said, the I can hear you thing. You know yourself, customers get in that line and say the same thing over and over, swearing that people can't hear. They say it over and over. Pepperoni, 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 mozzarella, mozzarella. Stop it. I heard you. I heard you. Don't you see my hand headed for the mozzarella? Don't you see me headed for the pepperoni? Like, calm it down. Like, no, I can hear you. It's fine, baby. Then I follow up that text message and I tell her, so if you're saying you fired me because of the complaint, that means that everyone he's talking about, and I quote what he says, I saw about 5 workers that I would fire should be fired. I put in parentheses, I said, which I don't want you to do because people want their job. But if you're firing me solely off the comments that they made, that means you're firing me off of being black and being myself. Because truly, that truly means, like, if he had a complaint, how everybody, like, it seems like this man is what do we call male versions of Karens? Y'all get down in the comments and tell me that. I don't know just yet, so I'll use it in the next video. He seemed like a male version of a Karen. It seemed like he was bickering and complaining about every single thing and every single person. Now, if he's complaining about literally everybody that we got working, all 5 of us, like I've been telling y'all, girl, all 5 of us, if he's talking about all 5 of us on this here line, and I'm the only person that got the boot, it seemed like you kind of, you know, you kind of agree with a little something he was sprinkling dabbling in that little what is it, Yelp, what is it, whatever review. So I texted that. After I text her that, then I asked her for the email for HR. I get the email for HR. I reach out to HR. I don't remember what came of that. I'm trying to search and find the emails. If I find the emails, of course I'll put it in for y'all. I got most of the receipts for this video, but I was trying to find an email for HR. I couldn't find it, but I had to get on in front of the camera and just tell this story. I don't give a damn. That was the story, you guys. Of course, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is yet again another reason why I am an entrepreneur. So I hope you enjoyed this story time, and I hope y'all are enjoying this story time week. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video and click the story time playlist and catch up on all of the story times I've ever done on this channel, y'all. And like I said, I want to hear some of y'all stories, so contact me via email at contactjalenporter@gmail.com. You see it, it's on the screen, girl. It's there, it's there, you see it, it's there. Contact me, send an email if you need any advice, if you want to just tell me some juicy tea that happened in your life, whatever you want to do, just send me an email, okay? And I'll see y'all very, very soon, hopefully, to get this started. But I'll see y'all tomorrow for another story. Bye.